Okay, this one is an interesting one. Let's see if we can make this come up a treat. See how big we're going to make this one. $300 that way, 300 this way. Just got to scratch my ankle, sorry. It's itchies. I get those sometimes. So this one's an interesting one. See if we can make it look really nice. Right, somehow we're going to have to, I don't know if we're going to actually remove some of this background. We don't want to make it too wishy-washy. So we're just going to remove a tiny touch, just a little bit, make it a little bit clearer. We don't want to take out too much because you often remove the colours and some of the detail if you do that too much. So let's see what we got. It is a picture cut out of a lifestyle newspaper lift out showing a car. You know, this is like a collectible car. This is to do with collecting cars or and whatever, special cars, you know, like collectible ones that people buy because they're vintage or something special. So this is like a vintage car. Not quite as vintage as some cars, but it's a collectible. People love their cars. When I go for coffee in the morning, I often see a group of people who absolutely adore Fiats. I see all these Fiats parked not far from the coffee shop. Sometimes I see people wearing a Fiat t-shirt. You can tell these people a mile away that this is the Fiat lovers group, and they just grab a few tables and chairs, heaps of chairs, and just all crowd around, and they just love their Fiats. That's their passion. It's collectible. So yeah, there's lots of special cars that are made by Fiat. These people just love Fiats. It's their specialty. So yeah, you get a lot of these car enthusiasts, and it's interesting to see. But you know, it's not an easy thing, because sometimes with cars, eventually, where do you get the spare parts from when the cars get really old? And then if people are interested in collecting cars from a more modern period, like if cars of our decade from the 2000s become collectible, because the capitalist system makes it hard to get spare parts, and things are all computerized and plasticky, and you can't repair them like you could repair the more older versions of cars. So it's a dilemma. I can see for car enthusiasts trying to collect cars of a much later vintage, such as the present, is going to be a headache. They're probably going to have to just adapt their passion to just put cars into a showroom and have them as non-working exhibits, which is really sad, because there's nothing more fun for a car enthusiast than to drive a vintage car or a collectible car. It's sad it's going to be a sad thing for future car enthusiasts to not be able to keep what are currently modern day cars going. It's going to be sad, but that's what capitalism is. It makes people sad who don't have the money, or people who care about the product. Anyway, that looks brilliant. We're going to make this a 4-way mirror image. But yeah, if only things were built to last like they used to be, that would be really good. But it's not like that. Photocopiers are another example. There are people who collect photocopiers, extremely rare, but it happens nonetheless. And to keep them going, it's going to be a headache, because photocopiers too have lots of plasticky, moulded parts that you cannot replicate in a typical machine shop. Even 3D printing is challenging for a lot of things. You can't 3D print everything. And they use all these sophisticated minerals, or should I say materials, these high-tech materials that you certainly cannot replicate in a workshop or a machine shop. So machines like the Xerox 914 are probably very fixable when it comes to parts, but of course the commercial side of things, like the toner, you can't make toner in a typical workshop. So there, that blows that idea out of the water, trying to keep a 1960s photocopier going. But when the 914 was created as a prototype, at least, it was, a lot of the parts were found on a junk pile, because the fledgling company that Xerox was, I think it was still called Haloid Xerox at the time, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. And basically, they were really cash-strapped. They weren't like IBM or all the other companies that made electronic devices or computers, which was IBM's specialty. IBM rejected the process of xerography, but they tried to poach it off the fledgling Xerox because they knew it was going to make money. But basically, Haloid Xerox, or whatever it was at the time, was really cash-strapped, and they had to basically build much of their prototype from shit found on junkyards. So that's testament to the difference of what the industry was then and now what it is today. But I think now we can call that one quits. That looks really nice. I think, yeah, gotta go.